Well, I'm happy I caught that. Had a little bit of an audio snafu where it was picking up the desktop audio again. Happy I caught that before going off of the starting soon screen. But we are here today with what you voted for, the Sigrun, which honestly, if it didn't win this time and it got second, if this was going to be runner-up for a third time in a row, I was just gonna build it like for the kit after this one. But it's the Sigrun from Iron-Blooded Orphans, and you might be sitting there going, wait a minute, I've seen Iron-Blooded Orphans. This doesn't appear in Iron-Blooded Orphans, and you would be technically correct and technically wrong. Because the Sigrun, why is my mouth not being picked up at all? Why is my model freaking out? 1 minute. Oh. Okay. The light was blinding the camera. And now it's blinding me instead. But the Sigrun appears in the sequel to Iron-Blooded Orphans, which was a phone game for some reason. Ooh. But we will be building it because it is Star Wars month, and you might be like, what the hell does this have to do with Star Wars? Well, I didn't want to have on the gunpla vote only Star Wars stuff, so I wanted to still include gunpla. So I put on 2 gunpla that were nightly, this and the Gian. Actually, the Gian was going to win, but you guys had a last minute, votes came in last minute, and because of those last minute votes, actually, the Sigrun won. Ooh. I was actually really surprised. See here? Let's go to here. Bye-bye. Music seems like it's still a little loud, so I'm gonna put it down to 15. I would have settled for 16. Ooh. Let's actually just give it a good look. Ooh. I'm gonna guess this is going to not be, well, it's not gonna have a Gundam frame, but I'm wondering if it's going to have a frame like the Greys. The only problem is I've yet to build a Greys, so I wouldn't be able to recognize it even if it does. Ooh. Well, we're gonna start with prep. Ooh. As you can tell, I've already taped these off for painting. We're gonna get out all the pieces and see what needs prepped. So there's plenty of room for panel liner filler in all of these. The lighter fluid is over there. Don't worry about the lighter fluid, that's just how we clean. Move that away. And let's get out the nippers in case we need to use them. I had to push stream back by half an hour. I'm still not prepared. Oh my goodness. Sorry that I got this out as though we were going to immediately just start building. We're not going to do a straight build. We're going to do prep. Now the prep should be very panel liner heavy, so it shouldn't be it shouldn't take too long, I'm hoping. Actually, originally I wanted to do the panel lining in gray. In kind of a very light gray. Let me see if I can get it out real quick. It was originally going to be this. Vallejo Sky Gray. Ooh, Sky Gray. But I decided to consult the only other person who actually does Gunpla streams, Shog, and she said she thought it wouldn't really pop. Which was my concern. But just hearing that echoed back to me made me go, yeah, you know what? Let's not. Lighter fluid time. We don't need it yet, but we're going to. Now, if you don't know why I have lighter fluid, Ooh, it's not to set anything on fire, it's because lighter fluid functions as a great cleaning agent for this type of panel liner. I can get out the paper towels. I'd probably actually use like there's actually a soft sponge type of sponge I should be using instead of this. Ooh. Actually, you guys on the Discord told me, and I just never retained it. That's not gonna work with panel liner, is it? No, that's... I'm gonna have to paint these if I want them filled in. I'm a little frustrated because I was finally going to start... Actually, I was gonna watch both Andor and Gundam X, because I promised to watch Andor for May, and I've been needing to get back onto Gundam X. I want to watch Gundam X again, and I'm just not getting to it. But then I was like, you know what? I'll check out this new show instead. Never a good idea. Because it's either going to be something bad, and you're going to be like, I wasted my time, or if it's going to be surprisingly good, and you're going to be like, well, so much for all those other things I wanted to watch. And it was the latter. I started watching Common Side Effects. The new Adult Swim show. It's a pharmaceutical thriller. Which might not sound the most interesting thing, but it is actually really interesting. It's a guy who finds a mushroom in Peru that is pretty much a panacea of the gods. Like, whatever's wrong with you, it can fix. Including, you might be like, how far does it go? It can bring the dead back to life. And you might be like, oh. And the story, for the most part, is just him trying to cultivate it while trying to dodge, you know, agents from big pharma to the government. Ooh. Really, really neat. Actually, one element I like is that he's rightfully paranoid in the story. Ooh. However, his paranoia actually makes it so that he actually misses some things. Like, there are people who get the drop on him because he's looking kind of one way when he should the other way. That's more of the earlier on. And actually, the show's really impressive because how it balances its narrative. It gets through a lot very quickly. Like, it's only a 20-minute show, because in America, you know, you need 10 minutes for commercials. But it blasts through its narrative, like, really quickly, but it doesn't feel rushed. It has really good pacing. And part of that is admittedly because it's a thriller, so it's supposed to have like tense, fast pacing in a lot of its scenes. But what's important isn't how fast it is, it's the fact that they never push it too far and make it feel rushed. They do a very excellent job. But, come on. I think there's a sticker for this, but not this. I might need to paint that very small spot. And I'm actually happy I didn't do the light gray because of the areas that are gonna need some paint of purple. I'm looking at this right now, and I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to approach this. I'm looking at the elbows. I'm not really sure what's the best way to do this. I think I'm gonna come back, and that would be a nice place to do some purple on. Actually, let me get out the sticker sheet real quick to look at the purple that's on it. Just so we can make sure that the purple I have is compatible. Let's see here. It's just normal, it's blue-violet. Here, do I have any other purples? You're also blue-violet. Right. Ooh. reflective. Look at that. I think that's close enough. It's a little bit darker in the bottle. Actually, it's lighter in the bottle than it looks. What's in the bottle is darker once you apply it, though. Oh, that's gonna need cleaned up later. There we go. Put this back in a little. Actually, I'll probably talk more about common side effects later on in the stream. Actually, you know what? I'll just talk about it now. Hey, Lon, I'm talking about a show called Common Side Effects. It's the new Adult Swim show, and it's really, really well done. Ooh. Just from like its pacing to like how it captures like the main character's paranoia early on. And I don't want to spoil too much about it is the only issue. But I like a lot of how it depicts the characters in its world. Because it's like a pharmaceutical thriller. Not like, it is a pharmaceutical thriller. And the guy who, like, there is, like, a big bad who's this Machiavellian evil. He's a Swiss dude. He's a Swiss investor. But everyone else is actually kind of different, like, layers and nuances of gray. Like, there's a CEO of the pharmaceutical company who kind of comes across at first as, like, kind of like a bumbling fool, but then like, we find out he's only there because his job is to be kind of like a fall guy for the company because it's getting sued, so they just put him there to like kind of make the sue either go better or make it so that if it doesn't go well, if the lawsuit doesn't go well, they can just blame him. And he's just, at the end of the day, comes very much across as like just a dude. And when he gets his hands on the miracle drug, he's not like, oh, well, like a miracle drug would be a bad thing. He's like, hey, why don't we cure people? Ooh. So like the bad guy is very much the investor who's just like a George Soros type, like he has his fingers in everything. And he is very Machiavellian. There is a scene I will spoil in the show. The CEO I was talking about, his name is Kruger, and he's played actually by Mike Judge from King of the Hill. Like, when you hear his character, you'll immediately go like, is that Hank Hill? When you hear his voice. It's not a one-to-one of Hank Hill, but he's using the same accent that he uses for Hank Hill, but with a different voice. So you're just hearing it and you're like, that's Mike Judge. I don't know if anyone's named Skinner in it. It's animated, firstly, if that helps. I'm not a fan of the art style, but at the same time, it's not bad or anything. I'm just not a fan of it. Everyone kind of has, like, tiny hands and really big heads. But it's also very sketchy and emotive in, like, the characters' portrayals, which is nice, because it's very much carried by, like, the character interactions and whatnot. There's a scene I will spoil where the CEO is trying to hunt down the main character, and he has a lead from Peru. And the lead from Peru, when he's no longer of use, when he doesn't need him to, like, you know, for any more purposes, and he's now a loose end, because he now knows about this miracle drug. He knows about this mushroom that can cure anything. He just has him killed. But how he has him killed is so good, because every other character will have, like, a scene that's, like, a little bit lighthearted or kind of jokey, because it is an Adult Swim show. The guy is, like, Braxton, I think it's Braxton, is just full-on, just, like, I'm evil. like cold deliveries on everything, really clean. And how he has this guy killed is the guy sitting in the back seat of his limo. He's sitting in the front seat. Not a stretch limo, just like a normal limo. Actually, I don't even think it's a limo. I think it's just a normal car. But you know, he's sitting in the front seat, and the guy and his informant and his bodyguard are sitting in the back seat. And he just goes, "Have you told anyone else about, like, you know, like, does anyone else know about what you have told us and whatnot?" And he's just like getting, you know, the last pieces of information he needs to see if this guy has any loose ends. And the moment he finds out that this guy is the loose end, that there's no more loose ends after him, he just rolls down the window, and his bodyguard, without a word, just pulls out a gun, blasts his head away, and just pushes his body out. And the reason the window was rolled down was so that way, you know, there wouldn't get blood on the window, or, you know, break the window when the bullet went through his head. And it's just like the level of communication, like, he doesn't need to say anything. He just is that bad of a dude. Every scene he's in, he's just like this intimidating figure. It's very well done with things like that. So I definitely would recommend it. What was that? Discord is probably yeah. It's the notification that Shog sent out several minutes ago. Ooh. I don't know why my phone is like... My phone is 15 minutes behind, like, on Discord notifications, and I don't know why that is. Though I think from what I've heard from other people, that's just true for everyone right now. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, and they just push him out. They just push him out in the middle of the road, because they're like on the backwoods or something. Like they're like on like a rural road, but they just push him out. And it's just like, and that's just that guy's story done. So actually, I do like one thing, and that is when... This is another bit of a spoiler, but I'll try to spoil as little of, like, what's actually said as possible. But when the investor actually, like, says, like, why he's trying to stop the miracle drug... Like, why would you want to stop a drug that makes it so that you can literally bring people, like, back from the dead, like, from near-death states? Like, you know, like, if somebody's heart has stopped from a heart attack, you can sprinkle this shit on them, and they'll come back to life. Like, why would you not want that? And he just looks at the guy and goes, like, think of the consequences on a global scale. Think of, like, the consequences in drug dealing. Think of the consequences in warfare if you just had a miracle drug like that. And he, like, lays out, like, what the consequences are, and you're like, that's actually kind of a good point. Like, that is actually, like, oh, hey, if we can just, like, bring people back from the near state of death, what does that do to our perception of death and, you know, like, mortality? It's just like, oh, fuck. Let's get out... I got a new palette, and I want to test it out today. So here it is. We're gonna fill it up with some water. We gotta fill up the sponge base with some water. Did I just miss it? No. Ah! The water got on me a little. It's okay, Chad. It's okay. I'm gonna move YouTube chat down because I forgot to do that before the start of stream. So let me move you down so you're in parallel with Twitch chat, so I'm not having to turn like a full 90 degrees to look at you guys. I am frustrated that because I've been watching Common Side Effects so much, though, that I have not been able to keep up on my promise to watch Andor. I literally, like, I queued up Andor today. I looked at it and I was like, that's an hour long. Like, that's 40 minutes. I could watch 2 episodes of Common Side Effects instead. So I did. Oh, and the same thing went, like, for, what is it? Gundam X. I was like, I could watch an episode of Gundam X. But, like, there was a good cliffhanger in the last episode of, you know, of Common Side Effects. I should pick that up, see what happened there. Howdy, 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 howdy. Who? But I tip my hat to you. How's it going, Shadow? Well, we were talking about Common Side Effects. If you haven't checked out the show, you should. I'm trying to talk about as much as I can without spoiling, like, anything big. There is a mystery aspect to the show about, like, how the mushroom grows, because, like, that's one of the problems. Like, he has to grow more of the mushroom, but he's like, what's the, like, why does it grow? How does it grow? And there's red herrings in it, but like any good mystery, it's just right there from the beginning. Like, I think the first thing the last thing they show before they reveal the mushroom is the solution to how the mushroom grows. And I'm not gonna say what it is. But like, but like, for me, I was just watching it the entire time while I was like, how do I get this mushroom to grow? And I'm just like looking over at the screen to the solution that's right there, and I'm just like, it's right there. It's like, maybe if I do this, this, and this, and that, and it's right there. And then the show's like, it's actually this, and I'm like, no, that's not the solution. It's right there. And the show's like, that wasn't the solution. We were having a laugh at you. Here's the actual solution. I was like, that's not the solution. It's right there. And then the show's like, surprise! This was the solution all along. And it's like, I know. I was pointing at it the entire time. It's good. It's good. Common Side Effects is really good. Ooh. I felt like, but in that respect, it's not like they like reveal it. It's more to the fact that, like, with mysteries like that, I mean, it's not like a Columbo mystery or something, you know. It's not like, you know, you're racking your head, and it had the hint, you know. It's just that just watching it felt like, for me, like watching Dora the Explorer. It's just like, okay, yeah, I know the solution. Don't patronize me. Let's see here. I think maybe I should use the smaller brush for this. You should definitely check out Common Side Effects, Shadow. It's only, I think the first season is done, and it's only like 10 episodes, so if you have like HBO Max or wherever Adult Swim shows end up, you can check it out. If not, I guess you have to sail the 7 seas. Ooh. Really, really solid. And already, I'm not even done with the first season, and I'm hoping it gets a second season. Oh, wait a minute. There's no cog-like thing right there. I might have just gotten this out for no reason then. I did. Well, that's why we have water to clean off our brushes with. Ooh. I don't think this is gonna work, and I'm probably gonna have to use tape and paint it in later. I missed that, and it still went in. It's fine. Ooh. Ooh. Actually, one thing that I think it really helps, the fact that the show's animated, is there's one thing that's really unbelievable, and if it was in live action, I'd be way more critical of. But one of the ways they track the main character is that they throw a spider, like, camera in his bag, effectively. And it might be like, spider camera, what do you mean? I mean, it's like a camera this big. That's a spider. That's shaped like a spider and whatnot. And, like, if that was in, like, a live action thing, I'd just be like, well, that's just silly. But because it's a cartoon, and it's a cartoon, I'm sitting there just going, like, okay. Like, the suspension of disbelief, there's a higher rate of suspension of disbelief in animation, and the show uses it for something like that, which is an appropriate use. We're building the Sigrun from Iron-Blooded Orphans. Let me get out the box for you. Because I can show you instead of telling you. Right now we're prepping, to be fair, but we are prepping this. Sorry that I can't fit more of it on screen, but it's a little, I can't lower it any more than this, but we are building this right now. Thank you for asking. Now let us get back. Now I've been recommending for the last half hour-ish common side effects from Adult Swim. And I think we are done with this brew for prep. Oh, that's annoying. I just caught that. Okay. What I'm gonna do. Oh, thank you for the follow, my dude. Haven't seen it in a while. I actually found it by chance. I think it was during a sale week. Like, I think I went out of my way to go to a town that was a little farther south than where I normally go, and they just had it, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. Ooh. Then alternate universe Gian, effectively. I think alternate universe Gians are kind of one of the more interesting alternate universe mechs, mobile suits. Ooh. Let's get this. Because they're not in every alternate universe. Like, you always have, like, an alternate Gundam, because of course you do. You always have an alternate Zaku. But you don't always get an alternate universe Gian. Ooh. But when you do, they're pretty fire. I better be on camera, so help me God. Yeah, I'm panel lining before I'm assembling it. Luckily, most of this can be done just with just fill type, so I'm just kind of keeping it simple. After the Zazabi from, I think that was this last week we finished it. After the Zazabi, I want to keep this a little more simple. Here. Okay, that was actually... Oh, wait a minute. Stickers? Merrick, why do you do this to yourself? You always misplace the stickers like a fool. I do panel lining before just because with it all here, I can just see what needs panel lining mostly. Like any pore types and whatnot, and it's just easy to access. Like for this, I can just do da-da-da-da-da. I don't need to like build it, then take it off, and then panel line it, so it's more just a matter of convenience for me. Ooh, but not everything can be panel lined before you assemble it. Like this part right here is gonna have to be cut off and taped off for me to panel line it, because this, you still have paint on you. I'm happy I checked. Because this part right here is supposed to be black. I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera. But this area right here, or these areas right here, are supposed to be filled in black. Ooh. That's going to have to wait until it's assembled. So it's more a matter of what can wait and what doesn't have to wait. Da-da-da. Oh, one of my favorite things about the Iron-Blooded Orphan kits is that they have a good amount of detail. They're a lot easier to panel line. Say that, but there's a part here that I need to paint. There are several parts here I need to paint. And I need to paint them now, because they will not be accessible once the armor goes on. Ooh. I have... Sorry about that. What I was gonna say is, I have no idea why I have it. I don't know why I got this. Where did I put it? Over here. But this paint, Sky Gray, has been very useful, and I have no idea why I got it. But it's been really, really useful for things like... Ooh, like these pipes I'm going to paint in with the gray. This is kind of funny because normally I'm like, oh, I know exactly why I got this or that color. It was for this or that kit. I don't know. Because it's a very specific off-white. It's a very specific, like, shade of gray. It's not just gray. I know that I could have gotten a darker gray, but I specifically chose this light gray. And I have no idea why, but I'm really thankful I did. I actually have a lot of paints down here. Maybe I don't have a preferred paint brand. It kind of depends on what I'm doing. I do think I use Vallejo because it's just accessible to me. But I do let's see here. The Gundam paints are, of course, just better quality. And they're the same price, actually, on... Oh, hello, Opus. They're actually the same price at Hobby Lobby. I think they're both... I mean, with tariffs, that might change, of course. I think both... Actually, I think both of them are foreign products. Actually, but right now, both of these are $3.99 at Hobby Lobby, last time I checked. I haven't gotten paint in like 2 or 3 months, but I can't imagine it's jumped up. But with, you know, things like with duties and whatnot, it might be changing soon. But also, those companies usually ship in bulk, so they might not change until a month after. So those things are always complicated. I am the Yankee Doodle. I'm happy that the music's coming through loud enough that it's readily audible. It's always a little hard to balance that. You don't want it to be overshadowing you at all. But I also don't want it to be too quiet. Yeah, though I think like everything else with Gundam, these are made in Japan, so they're not going to be as hit as hard as the Chinese if it was a product from China. Ooh, the Chinese tariffs are the ones you're going to want to look out for. Let's see here. But also, as I was saying, these are the kind of things that they have like a month or... They have a... That one has lighter fluid on it. I should not be using that. Ooh, they have like stock like set for probably a month or 2 in advance or backup in case, you know, shipment issues in general. So it kind of depends how long the tariff situation might occur, because if it goes on for a protracted time, it's going to affect prices. But if it doesn't go on for a protracted time, if it only goes on even for less than a quarter, you might not see it with things like in store shelves and whatnot. Ooh. Or at least with stuff like this. I don't do a lot of painting. I'm kind of more newer to the painting thing. I used to just do straight builds. And where's the paint? I think I'm gonna need this larger brush. I usually just do straight builds, traditionally, and I've only started painting. Chat, did I start painting this year or at the end of last year? I think it was this year that I started painting. Is the Claire Obscure game the Expedition 33, or is Claire Obscure something different? I've been hearing really good things about the Expedition 33 opus. And I do not want to get paint on this surface, so let's unfold this. And just as I said earlier, there are some things you have to paint. You can't paint until it's assembled. And then there's stuff like this where you can only paint it when it's unassembled. And I bought, hold up. I bought holders. Let me see if I can find them real quick. I did not think I'd need them for this build. That's a bummer. Next time, I should have set the holders out ahead of time. I just did not think I would need them, and I just bought them. Super Deformed definitely feel like the good place to start with a painting, because it's just a wider canvas. I would like to make custom kits, but I feel like if I wanted to make like a custom kit, I'd want to get the spray. Oh, it's that good. Okay, I might have to check it out ahead of other games then if the Expedition 33 is that good. I know that it was made by an ex-Ubisoft employee who was just like, yeah, Ubisoft sucked, so like I kind of just wanted to actually make a game instead of a product. And so it's it is literally like a 90s game in how like I hear about how it was made. It was just a guy who was like, I wanted to make a game, so I got a bunch of buddies like to make the game. It's like, had they made games before? Nah, like most of them aren't even gamers, but they like coding and stuff, and like they're like, I have some ideas, and we're like, let's do this. It's just like that is like return to tradition in gaming design if I've ever heard it. So I'm not surprised that it turned out pretty well. Here, let's get out my better nippers. There we go. Get out of here. Still here. Oh shit, I just remembered you literally are a Yankee. When he said, I am the Yankee Doodle. What? See here? I'm gonna be a little liberal here. I'm not gonna be too precise. Yeah, I am. I'm streaming on multiple platforms. You can see... I'm probably gonna switch it to a text that's more readable. I wanted to be fancy, so I use like Sacramento, whatever it's called, text, but I'm probably just gonna go to normal text when I remember. It's gonna be like a month before I remember. But you can see YouTube chat on top. And they're well-behaved people, aren't you, YouTube chat? But I try to make it so that both you guys are visible to one another. But I should make you a I should change the font so you're more legible to one another. Ooh. But yeah, we're also on YouTube, but that's it. Just Twitch and YouTube. And if I was on Kick, well, chat would not be up. Ooh. Well, not Kick chat. You guys would still be up, not Kick chat. Ooh. You here? Don't itch your hair when you have paint, Eric. That's a bad idea. Don't twist off nubs like I just did. Okay? Do as I say, not as I do. Oh. My YouTube channel, actually, you can just find it in the master link for on this channel. If you're on the home page, I think if you're watching me live, it's just literally right there in my description. Or it's like right under my name, but it's just called Master Link. And it can take you to my Twitter, my YouTube. Should take you to the Discord. There should also be an infinite link to the Discord, just a infinitely usable link for the Discord there as well. You can just find me everywhere there on the master link, but if the master link isn't showing up, it's just Merrick Vesper just like it is here. And that has all of my VODs. I like to use Twitch for clipping, because it's really convenient for clipping, and YouTube for VODs. Together, they kind of pick up each other's slack pretty well, if I say so. How long have I been streaming? Let's see here. I don't need to be precise, for about a year. I was gonna be like, 1 year and like, 2... No, like, I was 1 year, 1 month, and... No, let's just say about a year. Just about a year. Though for that first year, I kinda hamstrung myself by making several mistakes. But I kinda hope to correct those mistakes this year. What about? The big theme of the channel is always moving forward, always doing better for yourself. Doing better for yourself and for other people. It's actually kind of always funny. I think both times I've collabed with Airy, the next stream has been a gunpla, just has been a normal gunpla stream, and for those of you who did not watch the Airy collab, the reason that's funny is because these gunpla streams very relaxed, very, you know, just like, how's it going? But Airy is a firecracker, so it's always this kind of a bit of a whiplash to me, just thinking people who would like maybe get introduced to me on Airy, where I'm playing the ostensibly the straight man, but I'm still trying to keep up with her, then going to this, and it's just like, we're just painting, we're just getting in touch with, you know, our artistic side. It's a lot more relaxed. A very different experience. Gunpla is every Monday. I say that, but actually, this month might be a little weird. But every Monday is a model kit of some kind. Not always Gunpla, but it's like 99% of the time gonna be Gunpla. Oh, every Monday is a model kit. Then on Wednesdays we continue the model kit, and then on what is it? Work with me, brain. Then on the next Monday after that we finish it. And the reason I do that is because it seems that people can usually tune in on Mondays better than other days for Gunpla. So I usually start and finish builds on Monday, while any kind of middle of the road of the build is done on Wednesday. But outside of that, in the later end of the week, we usually do gaming or reading or something. Actually, on Wednesday, on tomorrow, we're actually going to be returning to Gundog, which is a visual novel inspired by Gundam. That's actually what we're doing tomorrow. And on Thursday, we're having a drawing collab with a hopefully new friend. And then on Friday and Saturday, we're doing Red Dead Redemption because we're watching Rango on the Discord. Actually, I think that's what we're going to be doing going forward, by the way, guys. I'm going to be playing Red Dead on probably Saturdays, and then at the end of the stream, we're just going to jump over to Discord and do a watch-along. I think that sounds just fun to me. Play cowboy game for like 8 hours. Go over, watch Unforgiven. Sounds like a good time to me. Gentlemen and Scholars over here on YouTube. Indeed, indeed, indeed. With military models, you might want to make sure you have... A minute. You're going to want to double check and make sure if it needs plastic cement that you have some. Ooh. Because not all models are just snap fit together like gunpla. Some you have to actually glue together and just kind of wait for it to like dry. And with military models, you do build before you do the painting. That's largely because you want to make sure you have a consistent paint job overall. And when you do get a model, share with the rest of us on what you get. When you build it, share it on the Discord, dude. I want to see that. I want to get more military model kits. Because I just don't see anything that catch my eye. I think the only military model kit I currently have is an A10 Warthog, which I've yet to assemble. Because the A10 Warthog is the GOAT. I'm a little upset. I'd like a good Sherman model, but I can't find any good like, that's the thing. I can't find any models, like, kits that look good for a Sherman tank. They all look, like, really simplistic. And I want, like, a model kit that actually isn't just, hey, a brick. And you might be like, it's a tank, it's gonna be a brick. I know, but I want it to at least have a movable turret. Your dad used to build them? Oof. Model kits are really nice. They're a good way to activate, just to kind of just activate the artistic parts of your brain without having to like jump into the deep end. They're like adult coloring books. Somebody else has already done all the outlining for you, and it's now your turn to fill it in, though. Real calming and relaxing stuff. Oh. Let me focus on this real quick, and we are good. Okay, wanted to make sure I didn't get paint on the... Subs are... Is it being retired officially, or are they saying they're going to retire it, and then they're going to be like, ah, never mind, for like the 20th time in a row? That is like one of the biggest things with A10 Warthogs. They keep going, we're retiring the A10 Warthog. Then like a month later, they're like, you know, in second thought, this thing's really peak. We'll just keep it anyways. Actually, where I live, I used to all the time see A10 Warthogs, because the military base in the area just had them. So you just like be driving around, and then in the air you just see 2 A10 Warthogs flying in the middle of the Midwest for no frickin' reason. But I was always happy whenever I saw the A10 Warthogs, but I'll admit I haven't seen an A10 in a hot minute. But I actually haven't seen any planes in a hot minute in that regard. So either they changed the plane's routes, or I'm just not going out at the right time of day to see them no more. Actually, speaking of subs, Opus, I do love how for submarines, when they're out of the water, when they're dry docked, they have to cover the propeller. So that way, because like the propeller is designed in a specific way to make it, well, stealthy. So like it doesn't create a underwater wake and give away its position. But every time you see a sub, I always kind of find it funny, like, it's just covered up. They just have, pretty much, they have a giant glorified trash bag over the end of, like, every submarine that's out of the water. Because, again, it says, like, we can't let people see this cutting-edge technology of how we make the, like, water ripple less while still pushing us forward. Ooh. I think we might actually be able to start the building now. I don't know if we have any more real prep to do that is needed before we build, or would be easier to do before we build. And what time are we at, actually? Oh! Ooh, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. This might be a 2-day build, which would make it a 1-week build. Which is good, because that means we can build more stuff this week. But it's also bad, because it means I'm going to have to decide a lot quicker what we're going to build next. Because, let me get out this. Because, I don't know if I want to make it this we go into the Guian, because the Guian has gotten second place 2 times in a row, and it almost won, if not for last-minute votes, this go-around. So I kind of feel like maybe we should build the Guian, but I also kind of feel like we should put it back up to a vote. And I'm thinking on, you know what, on Wednesday, if we finish this kit, I'm going to put it up to a vote, where you guys will either decide I make another poll, or we just build the Guian. Ooh. But you'll have to tune in live for that. That will be a live poll. I might also make a Discord poll, but that will probably be a live poll on YouTube, if nothing else. And I don't know if I can do polls on Twitch. Can I do polls on... I've never done a poll on Twitch, I just realized. You can do polls on Twitch, can't you? Huh. I don't actually... I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm pretty sure you can... Yeah, you can do polls on Twitch. I've just never done them for some reason. Here. And oh, there is one thing I need to do in prep. There's one last thing I need to do in prep, and that is these. I forgot about them. I need to fill these in, and which one of you is the bigger brush? You are the bigger brush. Actually, I need an even bigger brush than both of these, because we need to fill in these little babies. And even though I don't think I'm going to be getting to assembling these today, that's not an excuse not to have them painted and ready for when I do. Oh, I just realized I forgot to get back to Airy about scheduling part 2. Ooh. I told her I'd get look at dates for when we could do part 2 of Doki Doki. We're just gonna be liberal here. Okay, there we go. Do a liberal application. Just don't care we have it taped off. Hopefully the tape holds. Actually, next Sunday is free, so maybe... I doubt it we'd get a part 2 that quickly, but you never know. We could be part 2 of Doki Doki Literature Club. Could be as early as next week. Okay. There you go. Actually, a model kit I'd love to have would be the B-17 Flying Fortress, but that's just because I'm a fan of the Flying Fortress. I just think it looks real cool. And I'd be like, well, what's your thoughts on the Super Fortress? I don't think the Super Fortress looks as cool. I don't care if it's better. It don't look as cool. I think the round nose makes it look like a nerd. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can start with the building and such. Ari did remind me, though. I do need to read more Young. I did not expect that to come out of her when we were doing the collab, and it was like, oh, who's your favorite author? And I just, and I was indecisive, and I was like, I don't know, probably Philip K. Dick, because every story I've read from him, I really like. And I'm just like, who's yours? And she just goes Carl Jung, and I just stop for a moment. I'm like, you mean the psychologist or whatever? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I did not see that one coming at all. I did not see that curveball. That's like some, oh my god. It's like a curveball I'd expect from my brother. Ooh. Come on. Yeah, the B-17 was great. I love it. You know, fucking goddamn, it destroyed a lot of Europe. Oh my god, a lot of historical sites in Europe no longer exist. I like how it's just those old, like, German villages, and it's like, this German village was reconstructed after the bombings, because there wasn't a village here no more, but, like, we made it accurate to how it looked before the bombing. Ooh. B-17 was a beast. Ooh. I actually remember a movie. I forget what it's called, but there's a movie about, like, it's supposed to be the first people in a B-17 who completed their service in a B-17, because, you know, they didn't have the best mortality rates, those B-17s. But it's, like, about one of the first crews to, like, complete their service in a B-17. Ooh. And it's very, I forget what it's called, but it's very nice. There's a scene where actually the ball gunner's ball literally gets shot out from the plane, which makes the ball fall out, and they have to go get him, and he's just literally hanging out from the bottom of the plane on a harness. And it's just like, God, like a ball turret is so cool in concept until you realize that dude is literally just hanging from the bottom of the plane. And the only thing that's keeping him from falling out is a cage that is crudely, like, riveted to the bottom of the plane, and a harness with, like, and a harness that is rated for an adult human male. You know, it's like it's just like, wow. Like, when you get that put into perspective, you're like, oh my god. And the person also had to be, like, crammed into the ball, because it was a tiny fucking thing, the ball turret. It was super tiny, so you had to get some dude who was like 5'2", and he would still be, like, crammed in there, just, like, you know, incredibly uncomfortable. And again, he's just completely exposed. Like, yeah, he has a great arc to just shoot around him, but he's completely exposed in that ball. Like, that's not bulletproof glass. And the planes themselves weren't bulletproof, like, because that shit weighs a lot. You were flying around in a glorified fucking, like, a paper mache kit. None of them were sealed also, so everyone had to have those big, heavy jackets. A lot of times you'd have them, like, they'd have to have those masks or whatever that, like, it looked cool as hell, don't get me wrong. The B-17 pilots and, like, the whole aesthetic was cool as hell. But my god, I would never want to be in a B-17. You didn't miss much. We're just talking about World War II planes right now. Ooh. Had a series. It wasn't a series, it was a movie. Ooh, it was an okay movie. But yeah, ooh. Let's see here. Now we can start the building, though. Actually, you came back pretty much at a good time there, Bald. Ooh, did I get your name? Yeah. Because I had to do some I had to finish prep on these, and now we're building. Let's see here. And like the start of any good build. There's only 3 sprues here, so I don't really think this is gonna be even a long build. We only streamed for about 2 hours, so we're probably not going to be finishing it today. That is not the right sprue cutters. Actually, it looks like... do I have anything to compare it with? Give me 1 minute to look around. Are you a different color than normal polycaps? I can't tell. And normally I have a polycap ready. There's a I have spare polycaps in my container. Let's see here. Looking away from everything right now, so don't be naughty. Yeah, it is a different color. It's a little bit more of a brown. It's kind of a darker brown than the normal gray for polycaps. That's interesting. Unless all iron-blooded orphan kits are darker, and my brain's just forgetting that. Ah, Valde. Ooh. And one thing that is always the most difficult thing about this build, about these builds, is for you, the lighting's good and whatnot, but for my angle, the light's right there. And so that means the light is perfectly angled to bounce off this sheet of paper and into my eyes. So it's actually surprisingly hard for me to read, like what I'm supposed to be doing on this kit. For you guys, though, I can tell it's lighting it up perfectly for you guys, which is the important thing. Ooh. To be fair, I also have the a desk light literally shining right in my face so the camera can pick up my expressions. Which really isn't needed, because most of the time I'm looking down, and it's not picking up shit anyways. What I'm trying to say is, when I'm looking down at the kit, I'm getting blinded by this light, and when I look up to talk to you, I'm getting blinded by a light that's slightly higher than it. No matter what, I'm suffering. Let's see here, 34? Yes. Damn it! That was the wrong sprue cutter. Where's my pink sprue cutter? Thank God this is like really soft plastic. Ooh. If you're wondering why I have 2 sprue cutters, it's because this one broke, so now I use it to just, cut through gates and whatnot. Because I don't really care if it, gets dull or anything. Actually, we'll disassemble that. Sounds like the dog lost something. Oh. 1 minute. My dog's trying to be a little shit. I know exactly what he's doing. Okay. Ooh. not just my face, but my entire head. One of the benefits of being a headless horseman. Ooh. Let's see here. I can also hold my head, but I very rarely do that. I want to take off my coat. It's warm. I said I want to take off my coat. It's warm. Thank you, for fuck's sake. Ooh. Ooh. I really want to actually... A funny thing is I really want to make my own model. But the model I'd make would not be nearly as good as this one. So I'm kind of thinking of jokingly, if I do make my own model, to call it my 0.5 model as a joke. You know, we're going forwards, just in the wrong direction. We're evolving, but backwards. For that model, it's gonna actually be a lot more jarring when my head flies off, because my head is already not connected to my body. For that model, will be connected. So that one flies off, it's gonna look a lot more weird and just leave an actual visible neck stump. Am I going crazy here, or... Oh, no, there is not... Okay, that's weird. It looks like something was supposed to be in this empty space, but no. Like a kit bash? No. Model. Sorry. Sorry, we're building a model, and I was talking about VTuber model. Yeah, no. No, the confusion's completely understandable. 100% understandable. We're building a model, and then I didn't separate to, like, clarify that I was talking about my VTuber model. Yeah, that is very confusing. That is completely my bad, not your... Like, there's no mistake on your end. I was not thinking of what I was saying. Oh, thank you for the follow. Ooh, we are just in the middle of building the Sigrun. What about Tomoe? We're talking about Tomoe over on YouTube? We're talking about Tomoe? Is Tomoe doing something? Is my Kamiyoshi doing something? Oh god, the horse Sergeant Reckless, yeah. The fact that there was a horse during the Korean War that just transported, like, supplies, and that's all it did, and the horse was actually so well trained that it didn't need anyone to be with it. They just put packs on it and it would just go up the mountain and then come back down the mountain, and might be like, how do you know it was on a mountain? It was the Korean War. Like, half that war took place on mountains, so, like, I have a 50-50 shot of being correct. Okay? That war was hell. It was a cold, mountainous hell. Ooh. I'm trying to find this piece. There it is. Ooh, and I'm just struggling to find it. Yeah, but the Sergeant Reckless was pretty cool. Ooh. There's also that one English, there's a lot of cool animals that have served alongside servicemen throughout history. Like, there's also that one pigeon that literally got, like, one of its legs shot off and, like, lost an eye and whatnot. Just and it got, like, I think it was in English. It was from the English military, maybe? It's either English or American, I can't remember. But it actually got, like, the highest award that an animal can get in war, like, highest medal. Which I didn't even know animals got medals before I found out about that bird. Absolute legend. There's also Wojtek, the Russian bear, that loaded artillery shells, which is a fancy way of saying that they trained it to pick up artillery shells and give it to, like, the soldiers to then load into the artillery. And you might be like, what country did that? Russia. What other country would be insane enough to be like, give the high explosive rounds to the bear? When the bear do good job, we give it bowl of vodka. If he does extra good job, we give him entire bottle. He drinks straight from tap. God, that is one of the most Russian things that I could ever think of. Oh, wait a second. E? Oh, it's already out. Oh, that's annoying. Cutting out E, I see this is white and not off-white. I thought this was off-white, and you might think, why is that important? Because we already painted all of these off. We already painted all of these gray. I almost said off-white. Damn it. So those aren't going to be as consistent as I thought they'd be. Mistakes happen. Actually, before settling on what I was going to be as a VTuber, for a very, very brief moment, I considered being a donkey as a joke. Ooh, because I was in part inspired by Tomoe Umari. And then I was like, maybe not. Ooh, maybe, though I can be an ass, maybe being a miniature beast of burden isn't the way to go. And what is going on with your shoulders? Holy shit. That is a very interesting assembly you have there, my friend. What is 39 and so 39 goes over here. We're good. We're good. And 37. Then this one goes over here. I'm upset that I wasn't able to watch, that I got sidetracked by common side effects and still have yet to continue Gundam X or start Andor because of it. What I'm more upset about is the fact that I was not able to update my BGM for this stream. Every Gunpla stream, I'm like, I'm gonna update my BGM, don't worry about it, guys. The next stream comes and I'm like, I completely forgot to update the BGM. So we're still listening to the same 16 songs on loop. It's not that hard, just get Battle Hymn of the Republican marching through Georgia and it'll make chat so much happier to have those two songs on. But then I'd have to remember something, chat, and I can't remember shit on stream. How do you think I'm gonna remember stuff off stream? Cannot be done. I have a tendency to lose my head. I would say I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached, but that's actually happened. Ooh. What? I think, how many times actually... There's been many times on stream where I have gotten up, had my head go away, and then sat back down, and then for like 20 minutes realized I never got my head back. Ooh. You have a great day yourself, Valde. As I said earlier, we will be back on Wednesday to finish this, so we're not going to be finishing it tonight. By no way, because we have still like at least 2 hours, and I don't really like doing Gunpla streams that go on for that long. You have a great night. Oh, shit. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I figured it out. Okay, so this goes like this. This is a little bit precise. Forgive me. I'm gonna try to do it on camera, but I don't. Yeah, this is the correct way. There we. Okay, this is a bit of a pain. There we go. I don't like it when I have to take something off camera to do it. Even if it is 10 times easier just to, like, bring it in close and do it. There we go. Oh, that one was a lot easier, I guess, because I figured out what I was doing wrong on the other one. Huh? Dad, do you think we should repaint these, or we should just settle and be happy that we have them painted at all? It's gonna be off-white no matter what, but we can make it whiter by adding an extra coat. Well, actually, it might not be advisable to do that, but we could actually just put white on top of it, but I'm not really sure. I mean, one thing about the BGM that I really wish I could get more of is I wish I had more violin instrumentals. Or cello. I really like specifically violins and cello instrumentals. I'd really dig more of those. Really interesting, and I'm not really sure. Okay, I was wondering if it's going to be a butterfly joint. No, it's just plugged in. Actually, it's plugged in pretty solidly, to be honest. Okay. I'm actually really... I know it might sound weird, but I'm kind of impressed by it. Even though it's not a joint in and of itself. I mean, it is technically a joint here, but I mean, it's not a joint. It's not a butterfly joint. And that goes in real smoothly. Lighter fluid. I do not need to announce the fact that I'm using lighter fluid every time I do. But it's just funny to me. Ooh, that one of the easiest ways to clean up panel lining fluid. Just a little bit of, just a dab of lighter fluid. Oh. I'm happy I'm building this part on Wednesday because I completely forgot I needed to fill in these areas in black, so I'm gonna have to do that after stream because I don't really think I want to do it right now. Hey? What? Yeah, ooh. Well, it all has to be public. It also has to be like public domain music is like the big thing, which is why I use Library of Congress so extensively. Because Library of Congress will just be like, this song's from like 1979, and it's like, okay, that's good. You know, it's just like, I don't need to double check. Like that's in copyright. I don't need to check anything else. Ooh. So I'm kind of just extra cautious about that. Ooh. Wait. The rack. Whatever. There we are. Oh! Right. Oh, that's annoying. I did not catch that. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? This is one of these vents are something I have to do now or never. 'Cause even if I assemble it, I'd literally have to take the whole kit apart just to get to this. The whole chest apart. Good lord. Got a frog in my throat there. 20... What the hell is 23? Missed an opportunity to panel line right there, but that is not the concern right now, Merrick. Merrick, where is 23? Merrick, learn how to count. I already took this piece off, didn't I? No, wait. I couldn't have. Did I? Did I need to do pre-prep on these? No. This is C. We have 20, 23. We already cut off 23, son of a bitch. We did already take it off. What are you, then? Where are you? I don't see it anywhere. I cut it off, but I don't see it. Uh-oh. So here's A. We'll put you right there. You're not 23. And you're not 23. Shit, where is 23 actually? I'm a little bit at a loss. Ah, a lot of those are in the public domain, then I'm gonna write that down actually. Thank you very much for that. Oh, I know what pieces those are. I know exactly what pieces those are. So why, where the hell are they then? Oh. They were right here, but I couldn't really see them because they were like this, and that's just enough for the paint box, for the palette box to hide them. They were completely out of my line of sight. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. Well, that's solved. Let's see here. Clean up. I think there was also... yeah, there it is. There we go. And polycaps, and why do I how do I misplace the polycap so consistently, chat? How do I not learn a lesson every stream? How do I just go every stream and just learn nothing? Okay, I found them, but... see here? Merrick, why don't you check to make sure you're cutting out the right one? You've made that mistake way too many times. A. A9. I think the fastest kit we've built was the Scope Dog, actually. Thinking about it. Scope Dog was literally... wasn't that like done in one day? That I started it and then I finished it at the end of stream, only like a 2-hour build, and I was just like, shit, what do we do now? Oh my god, that kit was a lot more simple than I expected it to be. Really straightforward. Let's see here, and then we got to put the wings on. I say wings, more just verniers. Nubbins? And give me the polycap again. Ooh, why are you there? My good sprue cutter should not be over there. See here, and cut this out. And yes. Model, are you breaking right now? Oh no, it was breaking. It's always great when you have your own live stream feed open and you get to see yourself on YouTube. 30 seconds after the fact, and you're like, oh, I was having a stroke there. I'm not good at catching myself having strokes as I normally am when I'm doing hand cams. Let us... There we go. There's actually a bit of drama I want to talk about. I kind of don't really talk about VTuber drama too often, mostly because like I just don't know what the hell's going on. And this is actually a case of me not knowing what the hell is going on, but I am kind of curious because with the whole Cinder drama, there's like 2 stories I've heard, and one is she was manipulating like people behind their back, which is bad. And the other one is simply that she was trying to just make an exclusivity contract. And it's like, well, one of those, like, those are not the same thing. Like, one was she's trying to pay someone specifically not to make models for specific people. And the other one is she was trying to get an exclusivity contract with that person. And it's like, well, one is very unethical. The other one is straightforward matter of business that the people... that a lot of VTubers practice, including the VTubers who are supposedly aggrieved. Like, it really, like, depending on which one of those is the case, it kind of changes the story completely. Ooh. And I'm kind of curious on, like, which one is the case, and I don't really think it matters at this point. I think the damage has been done either way. I'm more curious of just, like, which one it is in reality. We're just gonna keep this simple and do basic ass panel lining. We're not gonna... I was gonna color it in light gray so it would pop out of the chest a little more. I don't want to do that. I was gonna be really liberal with our panel lining fluid. Get there. But honestly, I'm kind of happy not to like know a lot about drama and whatnot. Both? Oh, okay. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Ooh. But I'm actually happy, like, not knowing a lot about VTuber drama, because, like, so much of it is really just petty trash. And a lot of it's just shit that I'm like, yeah, like I don't need to really worry too much about that. Ooh. Like, it's just so mean girl petty trash at times that I'm just like, yeah, I don't really care. Ooh. Like, I do think it is pretty fucked up though, as Verstal says, you know, you don't have friends in content creation, and what she means by that isn't the fact that like friendships can't happen. What she means by that is the fact that a lot of people are content creators looking for an avenue to report on or make content out of. And a lot of people will make content out of you at the drop of a hat. And so you need to be very careful on who your friends are. So what that really means is, if you are a news VTuber, you should not actually probably be friends with other news VTubers, because they will make content out of you, as weird as that might sound. You are associates in that case. And it's kind of knowing the difference between who is a friend and who's an associate. Who's a colleague and who's an actual friend is, I think, would actually be the lesson. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, fucking narcissists are... Yeah, narcissists... Well, they're narcissists. They cannot actually make meaningful connections past their own desires. They cannot view the world past how it benefits them. Oop. I had a narcissistic mother. Still a narcissist, but I don't really talk to her. So yeah, I know how narcissism can kind of just make very bad people. Didn't start out as a narcissist, but ooh, don't need to be born away to become away. And what is wrong with you? Why? Oh, it's because all the excess panel lining fluid from this got onto my gloves. And then it got all over this. That is frustrating. Ugh. Yeah, like the last VTuber drama before, like the Cinder drama, I don't really know. I've already said, like, I'm like, ah, shit happened. I'm not really that informed, and like all I know is like it's one of two things, and like which one it is more like changes the context, but I don't think it matters in like the end results of like what has happened has happened. But like the last VTuber drama that I really think I can even think of, I know there's been a lot of VTuber drama since then, but like the last VTuber drama I can actually think of and actually know anything about was the Short Fat Otaku VTuber drama. Ooh. Like that's how like out of the loop of VTuber drama I try to stay. Is that like the only one that I am informed about is Short Fat Otaku, and that's because Short Fat Otaku was a real piece of shit. Ooh, yeah, virtue signaling is a bit annoying. It's never actually actionable things. But the Short Fat Otaku thing, to get onto that, this that really is the only drama I can think of. There's so much drama that's happened in the last year. But actually a funny thing, not really funny, but a weird thing about that drama is, I've stated this before on live stream, just the fact that that VTuber who he was assisting in the attempted doxing of, because that's what happened. Short Fat Otaku is not a VTuber, by the way. However, he was harboring and giving cover to people who were trying to dox a VTuber. That was the drama. And the VTuber drama, though... Ugh. What is it? But, like, I don't really remember anything since then, and I know there's been so much drama. But for the actual... sorry. How this relates is, kind of a weird thing is, I actually asked that VTuber for advice before I debuted, and what they told me before I debuted is, like, you will be doxxed, people will try to get your information any way they can, and I was like, I did not expect that to be, like, what I would get from her, but, like, I guess it's just, like, a cruel reality, you know, it's just, like, you know, like, just be aware of this, and then it was just, like, 2 weeks later, it was, like, it was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, it was like, oh, hey. Then the drama happened, and I was like, oh, that's why they gave me that advice. Ooh. See here. And let us... Ooh, come on. But even that drama, I think, is a year old, which is, you know, like, you know, that's like eternity times 2 on the internet. So I'm ignorant as fuck. Ooh, on your general going-ons of shit that's happening. And I like it like that. This is a really nice chest, by the way. I really like just how it's assembled. It looks really cool. Also, the chest unit I really like. I really like this. This is a lot better than what they do with the Gundams. It's like the same idea as the Gundams, but executed differently. And you can see it's the same idea because it also has that, like, you know... The Gundams have this exact same, like, spine discus in the center. But it's executed, as I said, like, completely differently. And it feels so much better than the Gundams. The Gundams, like, you have to be... It's really fiddly, and if you get it correct, it's, like, fine. But they always feel a little loose. This guy feels really nice and tight. Feels really secure. Doesn't feel like he could just like pop out of alignment and I'd have to like reassemble the kit or anything, because that's just not how it's set up. This is really nice. Ooh, it would not surprise me if this is my favorite IBO kit when I'm done, but then I've only built, I think, Gundams, to be fair. I don't even know if V's even... I mean, I haven't watched V in a hot minute, but I don't even remember if V even gets along with him anymore. Like, they used to bicker, but, like, used to be, like, still friends. But, like, I think he's even burned that bridge. Like, I don't even know anymore, but, like, it would not surprise me if he's even burned his bridge with V at this point, because... Ooh, he's just not a good person. Ooh. Oh my god, and when Kirsha, like, revealed the information on him, there's actually, like, someone else, like, 2 weeks later, actually, I don't remember how long ago it was later, but someone else was like, hey, it wasn't, like, a coordinated thing, it was somebody who actually already had the information, and I think already released it, but they were like, hey, it was Aiden Paladin was like, hey, this person is a piece of shit. Let me show you how they're a piece of shit by this information that I already had, like, that I had already released or whatever. And it's just like, holy shit. Like, you tried to manipulate a married woman into thinking that she was in an abusive relationship for no reason. Like, why would you do that? Like, and there's, like, receipts to prove that he tried to do that. It's like, why would you do that, though? Ooh. This is a very weird person. Ooh. Yeah, people online can be assholes. They will give you a hard time no matter who you are. They'll find your weak point and go after it. Generally, ooh, IRL, people just don't give a shit. Oh, okay. Ooh. Actually, that reminds me, and how I kind of felt validated in a theory that I had, where there's a YouTube content creator who actually blocked me on Twitter, for saying gracias to him, and that always, like, confused the fuck out of me. I was like, why did he block me for saying gracias? And then, like, I started noticing things, like, I couldn't help but notice, like, he also got, like, a little more racially prejudiced. I wouldn't want to say full-on racist, but, like, you'd tell he's a little more prejudiced. He was getting, like, also, like, a little more, like, sexist, and it was like, huh, that's weird. And then it was just like, oh yeah, like, I was like, and then I kind of, like, was like, oh, wait a minute. What if, like, what happened was that his last relationship actually kind of fucked him up a little, from what I can tell. And it's more that, like, it's more a matter of trauma response, not to say that excuses anything, but, like, it's more a matter of trauma response. And then it came out, like, a week ago, I think, that was just like, oh yeah, this woman had apparently just been lying about him for, like, the last, like, 2 years. And, like, saying, like, some of the most, fallacious shit imaginable. Like, even saying that he was, like, like, he was dating her when she was underage, even though there's, like, record of that not being true and whatnot. And you're just like, oh, shit. Yeah, so it was a trauma response. Ooh. But I felt proud about recognizing that. I still find it weird that he fucking blocked me for fucking saying gracias. Ooh. That one will always just be a little weird to me, though. Let's see here. But let us... Actually, one thing that I'd love to do... I'm just gonna change the topic real quick. But something I'd love to do is actually watch The Big Lebowski and break it down more, and just kind of break it down. Because I was watching it with family on Saturday. And it's a really good, like, deconstruction of, I guess, the generation of, like, the Gen X generation, but, like, where you have something like Fight Club, or you have something like Office Space, or Falling Down, and all of them are super cynical, and it's all about, like, the rat race, and, like, how you're crushed under the, you know, monotony of society and whatnot. Then you just have, like, The Big Lebowski, which is just, like, shit happens, you know? You get strikes, you get gutters, but you keep going, and it's just like, God, like, it's just the opposite film. Where all these other movies, except for Office Space. Office Space, by the end of it, actually has the same message as The Big Lebowski, and it's that you cannot beat the rat race because it was never made to be fair to begin with. You were never meant to win it. So the only way to win is to win at life. Don't participate in the rat race, effectively. And that's both the message of Office Space by the end of it, where the guy's like, he's working manual construction now, but he's happy. He's not like, he's not living, you know, a monotonous job that doesn't contribute anything. You know, he just, like, I don't remember what the hell he does in Office Space, but he's doing so, he's building now. He's contributing, he's making shit, you know, he's doing a job that fulfills him. In The Big Lebowski, you know, you have characters like Maude, who is, like, wants a family, but can't form human connections. You know, so, like, that child's gonna be just fucked up, let's be honest, when that child grows up in Big Lebowski. You have, you know, Jeffrey Lebowski, who's this pretentious old man who's prideful, but a failure in his own right. But he hides his failures and says everyone else is a failure, but he's a miserable bastard. Ooh. And you just, like, have all these, like, archetypes being deconstructed in the film, and it's really clean. And it's not cynical like the other movies. Ooh. Not to say I don't like the other movies. I love Fight Club. I love Falling Down. I love... Ooh. I love, what is it? American Psycho. I love all those films. I feel like it might... I don't know, maybe it isn't, but it feels like it's rarer you get a movie like The Big Lebowski, which is handling the same question from the other direction. Because it's very easy to get cynical with that topic matter, with those subjects. Okay, chat. I've been looking at this for a while. That's a sticker. And I was really hoping this wasn't a sticker. How the hell am I supposed to put a sticker on... Look at this. I have to put a sticker here. Who the hell designed this? We need to... Oh my god, they need to stop hiring masochists at Bandai. Okay. Let's see here. 3? Oh my god. Oh my god. This... this is awful. I'm happy we're stopping with the head today. Well, I'm happy I decided that in advance. Okay, 2? Oh god. Okay. I'm a little pissed, but I'm gonna have to paint this. 5? 3? Do I not have I thought I had a smaller brush. I do not have a smaller brush. This is my smallest brush. Okay. I wish I'd caught this earlier. But I've never built a Graze-like kit, which this is based off the Graze. The Graze is just the Zaku of this universe. There we go. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm kind of winging what I'm doing right here. And I kind of don't expect it to work. But I'm hoping by... It's already dried. I'm actually kind of impressed by that. But also more so annoyed because I was hoping I could use that paint as like a dam to keep in the panel line filler when I put it in. But be really complex, really big pain in butt. This is so fucking tedious. I like how I'm doing this, and honestly, it's not even fucking appreciable what I'm doing. Oh, but don't worry, chat. The real important thing is what we're about to do, and oh my god, thank god I already have this out. I already have out the pink paint, which as we discovered with the Zazabi is a great baser. So we need to mix up the Zazabi. Sorry that everything's shaking. Ooh, didn't realize that my hand was on the desk. And be like, the eye is supposed to be yellow. Yes, but ooh. As we confirmed with the Zazabi... Wait a minute. Okay. I need to clean this off. There's a lot of paint. That makes this very annoying to open. But pink is actually a great base for... is a great base. We're gonna try to use that here. Because yellow is notoriously crap at having to be like applied multiple times. Okay. And with that, put this to the side. And let's start the real suffering, because if you thought that was tedious, we now have to put on stickers, chat, while wearing gloves. I know. Ooh. I know. You're jealous. Oh god. What if, like, when the box opened from Hellraiser, instead of like they drag you to hell, they tear your body apart with all those chains, but when they reassemble you in hell, they don't, you know, keep tearing you apart for eternity. They just have you put together, like, really bad gunpla. This is a great gunpla, by the way. But they have you put, like, together just the worst parts of gunpla, like the really finicky stickers, you know, or the really finicky, like, dry decal transfers and whatnot. That's just your existence for eternity once you open up the puzzle box. Would you still open up the puzzle box, chat? Ooh. How do these go on, actually? I don't know what direction these go on in. Let me look. Picture's too tiny for me to appreciate. Okay, okay, I figured out. Let's see. This is suffering. This is why you have to have tweezers if you ever want to do stickers. Because Bandai will just pull shit like this. Like, look how tiny these stickers are, chat. These might be the tiniest stickers I've ever applied, to be honest. Like, in one regard, I'm like, thank you for giving me the option. In another regard, I'm like, fuck you for giving me the option. How dare you let me make myself suffer? Sorry, that wasn't on camera. Fucking hell, chat. Oh, you still gonna open it? Good man. I love Hellraiser. I especially love the Telltale Heart the special effects for when the body's being reassembled is so good. Oh, just genuinely amazing when the body's being assembled. Ooh. Starting with the heart, then like all the flesh starts going around the heart. The scene where like the brain, where it's like where the spinal cord like plugs into the brain. So fucked up, but so fucking like such great visuals. Also love every line from Pinhead in that movie. Almost called him Razorhead. From Pinhead in that movie. No tears. It's a waste of good suffering. It's just like, damn. I love when she's running away from the Xenobites and he just rises from behind her and he just goes, "We have such sights to show you." It's just... I also find it funny how what I call the one with no lips is actually really close to what his name actually is, because the one with no lips, that he just goes around, he has no lips. Actually, he actually does have lips. That's actually not true. However, what he has is his lips have been cut, like, off of his face, so to speak, and his upper lip has actually been stretched around his face, so you can't actually see any of the features of his face. It just looks like he just has flesh there. But if I remember correctly, I think that's actually just his upper lip stretched over his face. It's just been stretched so much, it's so distorted you can't tell. And I think the lower lip is also stretched under his mouth, or might actually be cut off. I can't quite remember. But I always just called him Chatterbox, because all he does, he just walks around going... You know, because he ain't got no lips. And he came out of a box. And his name is actually just Chatterer. Ooh. It's a nice movie. Ooh. It has some nice, good subtextual elements if you've seen it before that you can dig into. Ooh. Let's see here. This is just gonna suck. There's no two ways about this. This is just gonna be ass. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, this is trash. This is such trash. Oh my god. I don't hate stickers nearly as much as other people. But even I'm sitting here like, I don't know how you're supposed to do this. I don't... Like... Okay. What you need to do, it looks like, I'm guessing, is I need to line... See, how... It's like, how am I even supposed to hold this? But I need to... This is actual pain right now. Just humor me for a minute. I need to line this up. And then I need to line this up here. Oh my god, this is awful. I need to then line this one up here. Okay, so they're like lined up, I guess, right? Then I can push it down. No, wait a minute. Okay. And then push. And then I can fold it. How the hell are you supposed to do this without tweezers? Actually, real question. Genuine question. Is this even possible without tweezers? Because you need to get... You need to push it down. I need to use the tweezers to get this spot right here. Jesus Christ, what is this? What the fuck? What is this? Oh my god! A Xenobite designed this! Pinhead! You working at Bandai these days, bro? What the fuck? This is... Ooh. No, wait. Okay. What am I supposed to do here? Unironically, what am I supposed to do there? If I push it in here, it comes up here, and if I push it down here, it comes up on this side. It's just this is just there's no winning. There's an illusion that there is a solution. It looks nice once it's on, but I'd rather just have reflective fucking paint. Oh my god, I'd rather just have like metallic paint or something, but I don't have any green I don't think I have any metallic paint, to be honest, and I think I need a finish, not a paint. I need a gloss. Honestly, that doesn't sound bad. Having a teal... I don't have a teal paint. And I don't have any gloss. Okay. But I'm gonna say right now, if you have teal paint and gloss, just do that. Don't do what I've done here. This is trash. This is absolute trash. This is awful. This is Garboggio. Okay. But with this, I think we can finish. I think we've done all the stickers we need to. And... now, don't worry. To my understanding, the head does open up. So I will be able to open up the head and add the yellow paint later. Can we figure this out, Merrick? Trying to figure out... Ooh. Is that as deep as it goes? No. So I was trying to put it on, but not run the paint across it. Oh god. It's a nice beak. Maybe his head doesn't open up. What's the point of painting it if the head doesn't open up? Did I play myself? I think I played myself. I might have played myself. I might have just wasted everyone's time. Most importantly, mine. Oh, no, you can kind of see it. Okay, so, but I'm gonna have to, like, go back later. No, you can't see shit. You can't see shit, chat. There's no point to me painting that shit. What's the point of having a sticker? There's no point to that shit. It doesn't open up. Grace's heads open up. I played myself. I did all that painting for nothing. Fuck. What's the point? Damn it. Okay, well, let me say something I do like about this. Ooh, let's deflect from my stupidity real quick. Something that I really like is in this kit chat. Ooh, I like this little neck guard it has, like a medieval, like some medieval armor. I can't hold it. It's too tiny, and the stickers are making me really cautious. And it goes on. Not the easiest. Even without gloves, this would be hard. That's really nice. I like that. Can you? I like it. I'm trying to praise you right now. Can you like not be a prick for like 2 seconds? Okay, hold up. I figured it out. I said I figured it out. Don't invalidate me right now, Kit. Kit, why are you so complicated right now? Hold up. Give me a minute, chat. I need to have one-on-one time with this. It's just... It doesn't... Okay, so, like, I need to plug it in. But it's, like, not wanting to plug in, I guess? Or I'm doing it wrong? I'm not quite sure which one. Ah, there we go. It just needed a little extra force. Okay, but I like this little neck guard it has. It's cool. I guess that's how it sees, because those look like eyes. Fuck. And then we give it forward. We give it its little ears, its little Bonoy ears. Did I cut out the Bonoy ears? I did not cut out the Bonoy ears. But with the Bonoy ears on, we can just... I can find a place to send you guys off to and end stream. Ooh. It's a really nice kit so far. So far, because it doesn't have that really annoying Gundam chest, it's actually my favorite Iron-Blooded Orphans kit. Ooh. But... Okay. No. There we go. There we go. So it looks cool as hell, and we have these two parts done. It actually looks really cool right now, just with this. It's a really keen kit. Ooh, I like all of its angle stuff. I like how these are actually maneuverable. Like, they're not very maneuverable, so they could have just been like, nah, don't bother, but... I don't know, I like it when a kit has that, like, little extra going for it. Ooh. And this kit very much has extra going for it. I love... Actually, this kit does fix one thing that always annoys me about the Gyan. And that is the Gyan, I have always said, would look so much better if it had a collar, because it would balance out the weight of the kit, of the model a lot better, of the design a lot better, because it kind of just has, like, this big, you know, like, body, and then it just has that tiny little head, and it just, there's no transition to it, but you put a collar on it, you get a transition, you get a slope in your vision to the head. You don't just have this pinhead, and this kit kind of actually replicates that, because, like, look how small the head is. Now, imagine if that collar wasn't there and how thin and awkward it would look. Ooh. It's kind of funny how this actually touches upon that, coincidentally, and actually, that's a really good range of motion. This is gonna be a really good kit. This kit could have easily been, like, that is a really good head joint. That's a really good head. Wow. No, like, considering they designed this so, like, it would be able to look just right over its own collar like that. That is really well. That's really well done. And we'll probably be finishing it this Wednesday, unless there's like technical issues. And while we're finishing it, we're gonna have a poll on YouTube and on Discord where you guys will be able to vote if we have another poll or if we just say screw it and go straight into the Guyane next week. But that's for next week, and let's stay focused on the present as I send you guys off somewhere. Ooh. Let's go and look at... I'm going to do a link on Twitch first, because it doesn't look like there's enough people to justify a raid. So I will link you guys out to Jamez. There you go. There you go on Twitch. Now, for YouTube, let me find a nice place to send you guys off to. Oh, I want to send you to an indie. She speaks Japanese, so I don't know if you guys would be into that. Ooh. I'm gonna send you to this person. Ooh. They're smaller, but I think you'd like them. They're playing Undertale. It's AA Tenki. Go check them out. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great night and a wonderful life. As we will be back tomorrow with with reading of the Gundog, and we will be finishing this skit on Wednesday. But in the meantime, as I've already said, have a great day, wonderful life. This is Merrick Vespa signing off from me to you.